Okie dokie, everybody. Hello and welcome back once again to another of the Sacer Rents Rival Battles series interviews. For this one, we've got two very entertaining guests, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun seeing what they've got to say here today because we've got Vintage and KPL going up against each other in a Team Rose LTS match. How are you both doing today? Vintage, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Doing good, doing good. And KPL, how are you on this fine 0 a.m. UK hour?
I'm doing pretty all right. It should be a GDQ right now, but wasn't able to make it financially. So instead, we're just chilling at home.
Yeah, sad. Obviously,
Yeah, it's all right. There's always next year.
these are
Next
being
year. Both of us
absolutely,
next year.
absolutely.
Confirmed.
This, obviously, these being pre-recorded and uploaded later, but as of right now, it is GDQ. We're all looking forward to those SADX relays, those Shadow the Hedgehog speedruns. I'm sure. But we're also looking forward to a clash of two very close together members of the Team Rose community. And let's talk a little bit about that then. So let's talk a bit about Team Rose. Obviously, Vintage, you've been on here before, so I'll ask KPL first. Why don't you talk to me a little bit about your history with Team Rose just as a category and sort
Okay.
of where you've kind of come into it from?
So right around the end of HST 2022 is when I started meeting. It's like that's basically how I entered the Sonic community was through that tournament. I started to know like I frequently enjoy his chat a lot. I was in his chat a lot, and I saw his tutorial, and he basically said, "Yeah, you should give it a shot." So I finally did. I watched the tutorial and I gave it a shot. It seemed pretty fun at the time, and then not long after that, there was a Rose LTS tournament that I also entered. Um, and once the Rose tournament came around, I had like a 43 going into the tournament, but the tournament really kind of got me into like really playing the game a lot. Like I just did it kind of on and off. Like I did it for like a week here, a week there, and then the tournament came, and then I got really like buckled down and grinded. And I got a ton that I was pretty happy with. Like this is when we had a whole bunch of influx of people come in. Myself, Jam, Ace, uh, Taco didn't join at the time, but like Hudera, people that like some people that play other games have like came to pick up heroes. And I think that tournament did really well for terms of growth in the community. And
Well, in terms of getting newer players too. Like we
yeah,
definitely had Pokemon Master, which was the upset because I was expected to beat him, but I did not.
oh
Um,
yeah,
I'm trying to think who else. Game was a new runner at that time.
I was Game It in the tournament. I don't think Game It was in the tournament.
Oh wait, what was he not? Oh, he
No,
must
Yeah,
have
neither
been.
was Taco.
You're
I think
right.
Game It was. I think I remember Game It being there.
Was it? I don't remember.
Pretty sure.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
And it's
Maybe
7
Game It
p.m.,
was.
not 12 p.m. or
Yeah,
a.m.
but but yeah, like I really like I did pretty well in the tournament. I think I got ninth. Um, and I was really grinding for like at the time I got a 38, and like right after I got knocked out of the tournament, I got my 38, and I took a pretty long break until about January of this year.
Mm-hmm.
When Strawberry Jam was doing her invitational, I played her, and I played her for a little bit, and um, I didn't end up like I played for like a couple of weeks after that fact, and uh, I feel a lot better now. Like I definitely like I've been taking a lot of on and off breaks with this game, but it's definitely a game that I really do enjoy. I really like the mechanics, the character switching, um, being an SA2 runner primarily is I'm too loud. All right. Being an SA2 runner primarily, it's nice to have to not deal with RNG as a major factor
Yeah.
of your speed run. And it's like because a lot of my execution based stages in SA2 tend to be a little better. Um, at least like my Sonic in SA2 for people that understand. Like, so it's nice to have it pretty much like be solely execution. So, you're really limited to how, like, your understanding of the game and how well you can move the characters. But, but yeah, I'm really excited to play other people in Rose. I think it's a really fun race category. It's a very fun beginning category. Joey has a great tutorial. We have a bunch of people willing to talk about it, and we also have a lot of like boom come up with a lot of people getting higher and higher up on the leaderboards. Like all like beforehand, they didn't really have many people that had a 39 or like a sub 40 time, and now we have the entire like top 20, maybe even top 25 have a sub 40, which before the Rose LTS tournament wasn't really founded. A lot of people
Mm.
didn't
Yeah.
really grind that much, but now like 37 is the new hot number. Like we got all top 10 is like 37 or better. It was really funny because Vintage, along with I think Venom and who was the other one,
Soup, and then recently we had
Oh,
Mortem
Mortem,
get into Rose.
yeah. So
Everyone
no,
has a
yeah,
37.
they had no. The funny thing was the three people tied at like 37.50, which was really like not something that happens because Rose is timed off an in-game timer, um, so we don't really have decimal points to really like determine
Mm.
um like how it is because the file timer is pretty good to that for that point or how it comes to like pauses and everything that you need to do.
Mhm.
And that's just the timing method agreed upon. So it's not like it's so everybody was tied for 10th. We had like 13 people in the top 10, which is really funny to think about. So it's been getting really really competitive, and I'm just really happy to one play Vintage because Vintage has also been a really long rival of mine. I've always considered him a rival because we were grinding for um, sub 40 at the same time. I ended up getting it first, but then he comes back around and gets his to 37
Got it
before I
back.
did. So we've always had like a nice back and forth, and I've always um, always looked at him for his strats. Like he's also pretty good at finding strats himself. One he doesn't really use, but the one in Mystic Mansion, the umbrella shot was it's still used to this day. It's a very useful strat where they shoot you go right next to like a switch and you like kill a robot from behind the door by shooting an enemy at it,
Mhm.
and you'll see us do it in the run because it's pretty much been integrated into pretty much every modern speed run of Rose LTS.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember when I found that, and everyone was like, "It can't be faster. It can't be," and they still did like the old methods, and then they were like, "Actually, it might be faster and easier."
Yeah, so I know I rambled a lot, but like
No, no, no. It's
I've had a
perfect.
pretty good experience with the game.
Yeah, definitely. And sort of where you're at right now. Looking at sort of further forward, what are your sort of goals? Are you still sort of looking to push Rose, or are you kind of in a happy place
Yeah,
with it?
yeah, no, I'm definitely not because I did a practice run the other day to see how I was for this event, and I looked at like one I forgot I even had a lower time. I thought I had a 3840, and then I realized I had a 3808, and so I'm like right on the barrier of 37, but I'm not even gonna be satisfied with the 37. I really want a 36 or better.
Mm.
Um, I think it's definitely more than possible. Like I have a death in like Frog Forest. I have a really bad bingo highway. My egg fleet is still horrible. I lost time in Team Chaotix. One of the fights is like really really consistent because I got owned by Charmy. So I just have a bunch of time save wherever. I still don't do elevator skip, which is like a 12-second time saver if you get it properly. I'm not doing Grand Metro to like I'm not doing the laser clip, which it's mainly a preference because I just don't want to reset that often if I miss it because it's like 4 stages in, and if you miss it, you just kind of have to start over and like the past like four splits didn't mean anything. So, but I
it's
don't have to get over it.
it's so crazy how this game, whenever you take a break from it, it's crazy how you can come back and be like, "Oh, I could easily do this. Oh, I could easily do that. Oh, I could
Mhm.
easily do that," because you can. I was playing it two weeks ago, I think. After taking a very very long break with it, I was like, "Oh, this is easy." I was like on pace multiple times, like leaving Bullet Station and stuff. Like, if I really nailed everything, or if KPL really nailed everything, we easily could get better times. It's just
Mhm.
that it's just when you come back, you're like, how can I make it better? How can I do this? Like it's you kind of adapt to it, and then you kind of have to like relearn the game, but not relearn the game. Like you want to change your muscle memory a little bit, where you're able to do new strats and new different things. Like I've done laser clip more often now than I used to, like stuff like that.
Mm. Yeah, and speaking of that vintage, so coming over to you then, obviously, since we last saw you from the race against Bacon, I believe your current PB came around about that time, right? With a 3750. I think it was shortly before, because we had the event in March, and I think it says you PB'd in February. So since then, have you kind of been? I've seen you dipping into a couple of other categories. I think I've seen you sniffing around Chaotix as well. But
Yes.
what's it been like with you and Heroes in sort of the last 2-3 months?
So I've obviously been taking a break from Heroes in general because I do think it's a good game to like to take a break from every once in a while because you can go back and do different things. Obviously, I've done Team Sonic a little bit more. I've done Chaotix a little bit more, mainly Chaotix for our tournament that's coming up,
Mm-hmm.
so I can get used to that because it's a little different, but it's a lot of the same, if that makes sense.
Mm.
It's a lot of the same mechanics, just implemented differently. So you get used to it over time. But no, I think I was happy with the 37. I think I still am. So like if I did PB, I would be like, you know what, I'm improving. I'm improving from what I've done before, but I don't have any goals to get to 36 right now. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still satisfied.
Yeah. As for sort of coming into this race off the back of the last one, obviously the match with Bacon was kind of made for the marathon as both of you submitted the same category. And obviously that one kind of didn't pan out, I guess, exactly as we would have wanted it to. But you still came away with the win. But is there kind of a part of you that's looking forward to going up against KPL and hopefully having, I guess, for yourself, a bit more of an even race, I guess, so to say?
Yeah, I'd say this would be a little bit more of an even race. I think that we've both taken the same amount of breaks kind of with the game.
Mhm.
I mean, you took a long break, same with me after I
Mhm.
PB. Or, we come back every once a month maybe or something like that just to brush up on things. But I think with Bacon, I think it was him just wanting to take a break for a while, but coming back and not realizing, how ill prepared he was. It's not that he's not a good runner; he's a really good runner. It's
Mhm.
just that he took a break, but he wanted to do something for the marathon.
Mhm.
But we implemented it as a rival thing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like I think Bacon's a very good runner. When he comes back to Heroes, hopefully for Chaotix for the tournament, because he'd probably be really good at it, probably better than me. I think that will be like a better time if I was to do another rivals with him.
Mhm.
For this rival, I think I'm happy because we are both at the same skill level right now. And I've never really versed KPL. Maybe on like Discord every once in a while, but we haven't done anything in a long while.
Yeah, we've
And we're
never done
both
anything officially. Like we're on opposite sides of the bracket. He was in a higher bracket than I was at the time. He was in I think either pool B or A, and I was in pool C because I started with a much lower time. Um, and so we never actually got to see each other in bracket.
Mhm.
So it's nice to actually play vintage, in something, to see where we are because we didn't even play it in the Strawberry Jam thing. I think I only played Jam, and that's it.
yeah.
Yeah, and to ask
So
you, KPL, obviously, as we've mentioned, you've kind of been close on the leaderboards a fair few times, but as things kind of stand right now, I think it's fair to sort of say that you're coming into this as a little bit of an underdog, the two of you, just based on PB
yeah.
standings.
Mhm.
What's that sort of like for you, and kind of you touched on it earlier a little bit, but what's sort of the rivalry kind of angle that you've had with Vintage?
Well, Vintage definitely excels where I do not when it comes to bosses. Like I've always struggled with Egg Albatross, a fight that he's known for being very good at. Egg Emperor, a fight that I can get it somewhat consistently, but I can't get it fast. Like I don't get it like fast, really fast times.
Mhm.
I'm pretty good at Egg Hawk, but that fight is it's pretty much like a non-factor to me. I'm really bad at the
Mash the
Team
button.
Sonic. Yeah, really really bad at the Team Sonic fight. I just like can never get it properly, but I just continue anyway. I'm really just concerned I'm going to do level, uh, and playing safe but also consistent. Like I like to do like things that I think are cool in the game. Like I think Rose has a lot of expression in strats you can choose. You can choose to go for the harder option. You can choose to go for the safer option. You know, like they're uh, but you know like I'm playing it more safe now, but like as
Mhm.
I get like I used to play it a lot riskier when I think it's been that when I was like worse at the game that I chose to take the riskier options, even though now that can get runs on better paces, I tend to take it a lot riskier.
Mhm.
um but yeah, just trying to stay like not do anything like super crazy, trying to um play to my strengths, which is my ILs. Like I do pretty decent at Grand Metro. I really like
Mhm.
Ocean Palace. The early game stages I really like. Bingo Highways. I just gotta and practice up on the stages that I feel like I don't do very well on.
Mhm.
Like Bingo Highway is something that I've been choking recently. Frog Forest. Frog Forest was a stage I used to like, but for some reason I just like it's not working in my brain right now. But yeah, so it's just really I'm really emphasizing consistency, because if I feel like I can play consistent and
Mhm.
really just try to I guess kind of capitalize on any mistake he makes. I'm not really a stream watcher anyway, but really just try to play my game and see how it works for me, because I did a run the other day, and I had a death in I had a couple deaths in Rail Canyon, and I had a death like a really bad death in Lost Jungle, and I was still able to get a 39. So being able to get like sub 40 times is like something that I'm aiming for. I don't think I'd be satisfied if I got a 40, but if I got like 38 or 39, I think I'd be all right with that.
Mm. And yeah, that was
Like
actually
it's
going to be my next question. You mentioned the consistency there. Kind of just about generally, you're obviously coming off the back of a pretty impressive performance. Well, I would know firsthand in the
Mhm.
HST spring qualifier. You've done pretty well there. So you've obviously got, despite being, I think it's still fair to sort of call you a relatively new-ish runner on the scene. You've probably only been around for about a year now or so, I think.
It would be about a year now, yeah.
Yeah, but to say that, you've still got a pretty decent wealth of tournament and race experience under your belt. You've talked about like the consistency angle there, but for something like this where it's kind of just a one-off race, what is the approach? What is the mindset? Are you still sort of like looking for the consistency, or coming in as the underdog? Are you thinking that you need to go for certain things? What is it kind of like for you going into
No,
something
I
like
don't
this?
think I need. I think I'm confident with how I'm playing. I think my skills are definitely a lot better than what my PP is currently. I think
Mm-hmm.
from doing a practice run the other day, seeing where my time save is, knowing that I can save um I got a really like I got like a 130 Frog Forest time, and that's like not a really good time for the
Mm-hmm.
stage, and I still saved like 25 seconds on the stage, and I'm like, this is like if I knowing that I can that I am better than how I used to be. I think me and Vintage are at the close enough level to where if I just play confidently and like know what I'm doing, that I think that I can end up taking it. I'm definitely gonna have to worry towards the end of the run, because A Fleet tends to give me trouble, but it's a stage I'm definitely going to practice a couple of times. I'm not gonna take it too seriously. We're kind of keeping this more like friendly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna put in like some amount of practice. I'm really gonna
Yeah,
focus
yeah.
on SA2 for the most part currently, because Summit is upcoming.
Mm-hmm.
But I still want to perform well. Like
We want the
I
dub.
still
We want the
care.
dub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely still do want it, but I'm not gonna like grind every day to
Mm.
like
No.
really. I'm not trying to PB. Like I'm trying to make sure that I just stay consistent. and do cool things. Like I'm gonna show off cool things. Like I like to do a lot of door clips. Now that I understand how they work. So I'm definitely gonna be trying to do those wherever I can to try to swag out. So like I'm like not opposed to like losing a little bit of time to be cool, but I'm not gonna do things to be risky and end up like throwing away my run.
Yeah,
Like things that if I miss, I'm not going to like die, but if like I can lose like 5 seconds and be fine.
And we're really just doing this for fun, to be fair. We're doing this for entertainment. We're doing this because we enjoy the game. Like, it's not like we're grinding for a certain time right now. You know what I mean? Like when you're grinding for a certain time, you're like, okay, let me boot up the game and play this all day, and then when I don't PB, we'll play it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, to ask them, Vintage, obviously KPL mentioned there about, SA2 is kind of on the brain right now, Summit's coming up. You've kind of been, more on the hero side of things. Is that, and are there any other edges that you think that you're going to have going into this race? So what are going to be the advantages for you?
I think the advantage for me right now definitely is not switching my games up, because it's a little confusing, switching between SA2 and Heroes. I don't understand because I don't play, SA2 and all that. I do play it just occasionally. But, is it going to be like the same as like when you switch a team in Heroes? You know what I mean? Like, is it going to, mess things up? But, I'm trying to like figure out like, it also, you're practicing for a tournament versus you're not really practicing to just do a one-off. You know what I mean? We'll just brush up on the things that we're not used to, or the things that we know we need to work on.
And then, same question to you, KPL. What are going to be the things for you that you think are going to be the edges over Vintage in this race?
Yeah, so definitely, like I said, my ILs, like the ILs that I feel like I'm strong with, my Grand Metro, I feel pretty strong in that stage. I feel good in Ocean Palace, Rail Canyon. I even feel pretty good in Lost Jungle, but Vintage actually does pretty well in Lost Jungle himself. But, so it's like just specific stages I feel like I perform better in him that I'm really going to hope I can kind of get a better lead with. So like the stages that I don't do so well in are like some of the bosses if I have a hard time. Because I'm really gonna make sure that I practice my bosses because I've lost races to, messing up Egg Albatross too many times or things like that. Or making sure that I don't have like a super costly death in like Lost Jungle, or not messing up in Rail Canyon, because I play my Rail Canyon a little risky, but it's really fun. It's actually it can be kind of auto scrolly because you're just on rails all the time, but I think it's interesting enough. Like there's enough going on in my head to make it a decent, an all right stage.
And so I'll ask. Gone. Oh.
I hate it.
Yeah, he's not a very big Rail Canyon fan.
I hate it. Such an awful level.
But a stage that I really like is Ocean Palace, and I know our good friend Superior is a very big fan of it, just because there's so much going on between opening the doors fast and like there's so much like cool movement going on that it's a really cool beginning stage. And I've recently come around to Seagate too. Like Seagate, is the first stage in the game. It's like
you love to hate it. You love to hate it, but you also
love to hate it. But it's it's like when you get everything right, it does feel really good.
The rare Seagate enjoyer.
Yeah, I'm still not really a Seagate enjoyer, but it does feel good to like perform well.
I've learned to enjoy Seagate in a way. I hate mashing in it, but I do like the movement, if you will.
Just treat it like a Mario Party minigame. That's what you gotta do.
No, I'm bad at mashers. That's nothing. Awful at mashing.
But yeah, then. So to ask both of you, then, you were talking there about a couple of individual splits, but if I had to ask you both to narrow it down, Vintage, if you can pick one split, which people should keep an eye on you in, which split is it going to be?
I mean,
What
over
is the vintage
KPL
split to
for
watch?
sure, Albie.
You're gonna
For
Yeah.
sure, Albie.
Albatross
Yeah,
is the vintage split to watch.
I'd vouch for him too. He gets like pretty consistent, like like 27s. 27's a really good time.
Okay, okay. Keep your eyes on vintage and Egg Albatross. And KPL, what is going to be the KPL split to watch?
Dude, I don't know which one do I feel like a lot better, and I guess Ocean Palace.
Ocean
But
Palace.
I don't know. Ocean Palace kind of hit or miss. I feel like Grand Metro I do pretty well in.
I feel like you'll probably do better than me in Grand Metro and definitely Rail
Yeah.
Canyon. Awful.
These are definitely the
And
things
then-
that come back to bite people afterwards,
Well-
but we'll find out.
Yeah.
What's your Ocean Palace?
Oh, I get pretty good like 135s.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's an alright time, but it's like
That's
at least we're not
kind of
gonna.
where I am now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next question to each of you. What time do you have to walk away with to win this race? KPL, I'll ask you first.
38.
38? 38XX or 38 flat?
Damn. Oh damn. I'm not sure. I apparently I make it where people just lose the run, so I don't know. We'll say like I'll aim for like a mid 38.
Okay, okay. There we go.
'Cause-
There we go.
So he used to
Alright.
play within 40 seconds of his PB.
We'll see
I
how
think
it
it's probably
goes.
it's probably possible.
Well, we shall see. We shall see. Both got a lot of potential. This one has a lot of potential in itself to catch fire and produce some sparks, that's definitely sure. But let's talk a little bit about the other things up on the card, because we've got some fun-looking matches for all of us to enjoy. And I'd like to ask both of you, are there any other matches on the card that you're looking forward to in particular? I'll ask you first, Vintage.
Oh, I need to look at the card. Give me
I'll,
1 second.
Let me put it in the Rival Battles chat real quick. I'll get that for you.
Yeah. I was gonna ask the
Yeah.
same thing.
I gotta go find it.
I was not. I did not pay attention to the card.
Don't worry,
Sorry.
don't worry. It's coming, it's coming. It's on its way. I just need to wait for my phone to to download it.
Well, I mean, definitely the title bout is definitely really, really interesting. Nixer Refrag, like
Mhm.
two of the best Sonic story runners. Like that's definitely something I want to watch because it's always great watching Nixer play, and Refrag is definitely a very good runner in himself. Is he second or is Katie second? I'm not really sure.
Katie is second now, yeah, but Refrag
Okay.
is
Yeah,
pretty-
but Refrag was second for a while. You know, he does Refrag have a 28 or is he still 29?
I think Refrag is still 29, but it's like as low
Okay.
29 as you can go.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Here it comes. It's on its way.
Here it comes. Your phone's asleep like you want to be right now.
Absolutely. Here we go.
It's
Any
coming.
second now.
It's coming. Like the episode of
And
SpongeBob.
boom.
Oh my
there
god,
it is.
there it is. Oh, Cryptic and Near. Oh,
Yeah, that'd be
baby, I
fun.
like that. Hold on. Okay, that's gonna be sick.
Oh, you know what I'm really excited for? I'm so excited for Pippi Champo. I am so. That's gonna be such a great match.
I
Yeah.
think Pippi's gonna win.
Yeah.
I love Pippi.
They've
I'm a
been asking
Pippi
for
stan.
that.
I love
My
Champo,
boy. Pippi's my
but I'm a
boy.
Pippi stan.
They're definitely really close in PB, and I know Champo's really been trying to grind for 25, 24.
Yeah.
Critical Sid versus Mortem. Really?
Yeah, that's another good one.
Interesting. I think it's gonna be Mortem. I think Mortem's more consistent.
We got. Oh, how many title bouts we got here? We got like 3.
Just the 3. So we've got Nixer, Refrag, Neocryptic, and Labris defending his title for the first time against Reverie.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Lab versus Rev. Silver Story, you know, I've come around to 06 because I've been watching a lot of Aura play 06. So
Mhm.
it's been, honestly, it's like a really fun game to watch. I'm definitely cool for that. I think it's really funny. Niptic, Near and Cryptic.
Niptic.
Don't coin that, please. Yeah, Wild Canyon. Wild Canyon's really cool in X20, so actually I certainly like it. I know Near really knows his hunting. I've seen one, he's got the world record, and he's really put a lot of time into that stage. And you can really see the knowledge, like anytime that he's in, I see him in chat talking about hunting sets. So he definitely knows his knowledge. Cryptic, really known for his Knuckles movement as well, on top of his knowledge. He's definitely one of the, really goated on the sticks when it comes to Knuckles.
I mean,
So,
if it's a one-time off, if it's a one, well, that category is also really heavy on RNG. So I mean,
It will be.
Cryptic knows
They will be
has
playing
more
with the same sets.
Oh, they will be playing the
oh,
same
that's
set.
funny. They're doing Lab-on.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's
that's
really-
rough. Then
that's
if
gonna be
they're
cool.
playing the same sets and they know,
No, I think it's gonna be interesting to watch just for that aspect itself.
Yeah,
And
it's
to
gonna
see
be
how-
like
just
pure
to-
hunting
just to
movement.
See how they both play each set. Because sometimes it's gonna come down to knowledge checks, like how they run, like what do they know the set? Do they not know the set? Do they know the 50-50s? Like the general ideas of where they are. I think this is a really good rival battles because I pretty much everything in here I would want to watch. I don't really know. I didn't really know Mimic as a Knuckles story runner. I know he's primarily like Gamma and Amy. But
Yeah.
Knuckles story it's a story I like to watch in StatX, so I would definitely watch it anyway. Critical Sid, it's always just good to see Sid back in the community himself anyway.
I agree.
That's definitely going to be a really good match to watch. And Mortem has been playing Team Sonic for so long. Definitely one of the top runners. I'm pretty sure Mortem is third for
Probably
LTX.
one of the oldest runners too.
Yeah, so it's going to be really good to see two, old runners of the game kind of go up against each other. So I'm kind of honestly excited for everything in this rival battle. I know we're going to be a couple days early, right, because of scheduling.
Yeah. So the scheduling
Yeah.
will be. We'll have some early matches on CESA too, but we'll broadcast everything on the day, even though it's a little bit early.
Oh, really?
But
Okay.
yeah. So CESA 2,
cool.
if you want to catch the matches early, if you want to catch them for yourself live, but everything will be broadcast as part of one big event on CESA on the day of. So
Oh, that's cool.
we'll be gaming.
I think I don't know with Nier and Cryptic because Cryptic hasn't played the game in a while. Cryptic's
Well-
been
I
playing
know,
other
he's playing hunting all the time. You just
He
don't watch the
lives in
stream.
Wild Canyon.
He's
I
playing
mean, he
hunting all the time.
always used to live in Wild Canyon. I guess he's playing it more nowadays. I don't know, but I feel like Nier's taking more of a break then. So I don't know. That's going to be a sick rival battle to watch. They're definitely going to be neck and neck at some points, especially
Yeah.
if it's the same set.
Yeah.
With me versus you, obviously I'm gonna win.
Yeah, we'll see about that, buddy. You're gonna be in Disney starting tomorrow. Until
I
the
will be in
rival battle.
Disney. Doesn't mean I can't practice tonight. Woo!
One day, dude, I have a full week. I'm not gonna take full advantage of it though. But
I don't
Just
know.
stay safe.
Taco was saying when I was streaming Bros like 3 weeks ago, and he's like, "You took a break for like a month, and you could play everything so consistently." I'm like, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's how it works. That's how it works is when you put in enough time. That's how I feel with SA2.
We'll see. It's just all muscle memory at that point.
We'll see. We'll
Um,
see.
I
I think you're both back in Pippi. It sounds like.
I'm a Pippi stan, so obviously Pippi.
Well, Pippi's in my state, so I definitely gotta rep Pippi.
Yeah, Pippi's in a state over them. Because me and KPL are not from the
I
same
know.
state.
I'm pretty sure.
even though we
Dude,
sound like
Champ was in your state. What are you talking about?
Yo,
That's true, but I'm a Pippi stan.
We've got
Sorry.
2 New York versus. Wait, what state are you?
I
in?
mean, we could do that.
Uh,
I could be a Champ.
Champ was in New Jersey.
So
Champ
Vintage
was
is.
New Jersey. Yeah.
So we got a double up of New York versus New Jersey. Let's go.
We could. We should advertise it like that.
Yeah,
it's just New Jersey and then New York just clashing.
And then we got Oklahoma versus Louisiana.
Could do it. We could do all the states. That's funny.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm ready for Critical Sid to come back. I do think that Mortem's gonna take it though. I think Mortem has been playing the game so much more often than Critical Sid has. So I'm excited.
I'm excited to see Sid play because I've never actually I never really sat in his streams. I think I watched a couple of his old runs, but I think it would just be see how he plays the game. Like I've watched his tutorials for Team Sonic, even though it's not a team I really run. So
I've watched Sid for a long time,
yeah,
but
you've been running for a long time.
Sid takes a break. No, I haven't been running for that long, but Sid takes breaks on most of the games he plays. So
Mhm.
like, I don't know. I don't know if he's actively like gonna practice or not. You know what I mean? Like, is he actively gonna put more time in than Mortem is? Because Mortem is taking probably more time.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
believe it.
Right now.
Well, we shall see.
Okay.
You're yawning?
I'm here. Shut up.
It's 1 a.m. for me. Come on.
It's 1 a.m. now? Oh, yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
been a while.
I'll ask you a couple more questions. And so this is the one that I like to ask because it usually brings up some creative answers. I can't remember what your answer was last time, Vintage, but... Oh, no, it was Deku versus Trell last time.
Yes,
And
it was
that
Deku
happened.
versus Trell.
So
And
clearly...
that was a fun one to watch.
So,
It just sucks with that category is that, like, if you don't get it one time, it throws everything off.
So I guess the same question to you this time. What would be your dream matchup? Any category, any runners, any game? What's the current dream matchup for you, Vintage? What do you want to see?
I don't know. I really don't know. I genuinely have no clue what I want. I do think that Taco versus another Rose LTS person, or for leading up to Chaotix, the Chaotix tournament, whoever is doing Chaotix the best that is a new runner, I think that Taco or whoever's doing the best, both of them match up before the Chaotix tournament. That's what I
Okay.
think should happen.
Okay. All right. And then KPL, same question to you. Any dream matchups out there for you?
Yeah, I actually have a few actually. So I definitely want to
Okay.
play Joey Freefall in Hero Story. We're pretty much around the same level right now. So I think it'd be a really, really close race. Joey's finally has a 24. I'm pushing my time down. I have a 24:07. I'm really trying to get a 23 before the tournament. So I think it'd be really good. I really want to play Superior in Rose LTS.
Superior's crack, man.
Mhm.
It's so
Yeah.
good. Superior versus Taco. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, that'd be a good race. I want to play Hedera in this game. I also want to play Hedera. Like, what I need to like do a little bit more practice, but I want to play Hedera in Hero Story Restricted. I think that'd be really
You got a
fun.
hit list.
Yeah, no, these are all things I literally just thought of in the moment. I want to play my boy Zether in Scooby Doo Night of 100 Frights because we both run that game.
Can we allow that? Is that a Sacer game?
Oh,
No,
it has to
it's
be a
not.
Sacer game? You said any game.
We could do not the same.
Ma-
We could do
So I'm
not
just
the
going by the
same.
rules. What would I play Zether in? Well, let's think of a Sacer game I play Zether in. I guess like Chaotix, but he doesn't really like take heroes that seriously.
Sonic
He
Shuffle.
better come back. He better do
I
the
can't-
Chaotic tournament.
I can't
I'm
really play him
telling you.
in like I can't really play him in dark. It's just that he can like a much different level. I guess we could do like a hunting.
We'll see what we can
something.
do on the Scooby Doo. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
We could do it for not the same,
Dude,
not
you
the
guys-
same rival battle. See, look at see.
that'd be
I can
fun.
be a part
That
of
would be
it.
pretty interesting, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're probably
Not
gonna
the
say
same
it
rival
anyway.
battles.
And who else? I think it's about it.
Any matches involving other runners that you would like to see?
Would want to see.
You can pick one matchup.
I want to see Drum play Hero Restricted against somebody, but I don't know who would be like really good to play him against. Because Drum is a runner that I really look up to. Like I watched his PB before I even joined the community. Like because he had everything I was looking for at the time. Like he didn't do CE skip, he didn't do Green Forest Raw Run. He did CGS, but I didn't really know that at the time. And he got a 23 with it. So I was really looking at his ILs and comparing his ILs to my own, just seeing what I could do to improve at the time. So, and I know he's really good at Hero Restricted. So maybe Deku, him play Deku in Hero Restricted.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that'd be a really good match. They're both really good runners. Deku good at pretty much every game that he picks up because he's Deku.
The Italy charm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one, actually.
I think Deku is also somebody that appreciates restricted enough to do it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You
those two
know.
put on a good show, definitely.
So yeah, that would probably.
Sether versus Deku. In
Zephyr
Dark.
versus
That would be
Deku?
Oh,
sick.
Zephyr versus Deku in Dark.
I
I
think
really like.
I tell what would be interesting right now, because obviously Hedera's just come off the back of that defeat to Drum, but they're also tied to the second with Deku now in Dark Story.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Hedera really pushing it through.
Deku
So
versus Hedera.
Dark is really going crazy. It's something really great to see. All the runners going hard. Deku doing well. Katie coming back for a little bit. Hedera.
It's amazing what
Zephyr is on his way to get a
$70 will do.
22 any second. Yeah. Just loads up for $70 and leaves, and kind of incredible.
Well, there we go.
But, yeah.
No, definitely got some nice matches from the sound of things. So, that'll just about bring us to the finale here. But before we go, final question. I'll ask you first, KPL, do you have any final message for Vintage? As he disappears. There he is.
I'll disappear again.
Have fun in Disney, and when you get back, you're gonna be murdered. So I'll catch you
wow.
then.
No,
I'll see you
Death
then.
threats in rival
chicken nuggets.
battles. That's
Yeah.
a new
I'm the golden nugget. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
looking hungry.
Look,
Hey,
I got the
yo.
vintage merch. I got the vintage merch. Come on now.
I didn't. You really have merch?
No, it's from
What is-
Kohl's.
Oh, Kohl's. Be sure to burn down the
what
Kohl's
do I have
store.
to say to you? I don't
What's
know
your
what I
final
have to
message?
say.
Come on,
Look
bro.
this
Talk
man
about
in
this
the
is what
eyes.
we always do.
I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't work though. I feel like the dog would eat the nugget. So I don't know. I don't know how a nugget can defeat a dog, but I know I can.
I'm not just go bad.
Damn.
I don't know. I don't know. Go play funny dog game. No, I'm joking. I don't know what the last message should
I haven't
be.
loaded that game up in so long. I don't know.
I'll
Tell me
beat
to go
your
back
ass.
to
Not around Canyon.
Yeah, I mean, just tell me to go back to SA2. Go back to my own game.
Yeah, go back to SE2. Get out.
Yeah, I love how I
Damn.
I love how I had to insult myself in order for you to come up with a message.
You really told him,
Just come
Vintage.
back.
Good job.
I'm ready for vacation. That's what it is. I'm
Have fun
ready
in
to have
Disneyland.
No,
I
so
will have fun.
come on. The
Disney
insult is
World.
the insult is you're sleeping on me so much that you're going on vacation. You still will come back and beat me. Come on. Can't even think
Probably.
these things himself.
I'll probably still beat you. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, you won't.
He said probably.
Vintage washed. Vintage washed, man. Gets a 37. He's gonna retire. Going to Chaotix. Look at this guy getting ready for a tournament. Incredible.
Well, there we go. We'll wrap things up there, but thank you both for hopping on in. Been a pleasure. Hope
It
you
was fun.
both
Thank you
looking
for staying
forward
up late
to.
for us, Seth.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yes.
Hope you both looking forward to facing off on well June the 7th for you guys, but June 9th where a lot of people will see it. But yeah, no, we will finish things there. Thank you once again, and yeah, that'll just about be it now. So yeah, if either of you have anything final to say, just floor is yours.
Yep.
No,
I'm
Okay.
excited. That's
Mhm.
it.
Me too.
I'm excited. I'm
You're
excited to
excited.
come back to Roseville a little bit.
you are excited because you get to ride the Matterhorn tomorrow. So enjoy that.
No, it's not the Matterhorn. It's gonna probably be Guardians of the Galaxy and the Tower of Terror, probably, or
Oh,
Rock
yeah.
Roller Coaster. I know someone that works there.
You go to Florida or California?
I'm going to Florida. I'm not going
Ah,
to California.
I-
That's a
You can
long
go-
ass flight.
You can go meet Seahawks.
I
Yes.
could. I theoretically could.
Eat at the
Seahawks
Seahawks
the best.
Chick-fil-A.
Uh-oh.
Imagine I went there and I annoyed Seahawks. I'd be a Karen, and then Seahawks would be like, "Wait, it's you."
That's even if he
Uh,
recognized you and is paying attention.
I don't think he would. I don't think he'd recognize me.
No.
All right, well, that'll be that.
All right.
But-
All right.
Thank you once again, gamers. Take care, and we'll see you all back here very soon. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. We'll see you soon.